Hi, everyone. I'm trying something different this time. It's been very hard for me to teach sitting down, and so I thought I'd try teaching from my office room in my apartment. And the backdrop, if you can see it, is a painting that I received in Luxor, Egypt, a couple of years ago. And anyhow, it's one of my favorite paintings, so it's nice to have it in the background. Today's topic. Today we're starting with the human resource management. And when we talk about this, it's important to make a note that HR is much more than just hiring and firing. When people think of human resources, they often think, oh, when I ask students, what is human resources? They will often say, yeah, oh, that's the place that hires and fires people. And hiring and dealing with problem employees is part of human resources, but it's actually a whole lot more. Now, human resources has changed over time. Early on in my career, so even 30 years ago, human resources was referred to as personnel management. It was not seen as, it was seen more as like a clerk's job. It was simply not one of the more well-respected functions in a company. In fact, and that was true in the US, and it was true here in the UAE. In fact, UAEU did not even have human resources as a major until somewhere around 2010, 2009, 2010, shortly after I arrived. The new view of human resources is that human resources is a vital part of the company. It is every bit as important as your people working in supply chain or accounting or anything else. Companies now realize that your human assets are as valuable as any other asset that you have. And so in this role, in this way of looking at human resources, what they're really doing is asking the question, how do we attract and keep good talent? How do we get good people wanting to come work for us? And then how do we keep them? And so over the past 20 years, there's been an expanded role for human resources. Now, human resources is seen as much more than just handling the hiring and firing. They now see human resources as a much bigger role than it used to be. It is now seen as key to development, as key to the development of the people. When I use the word development here, I'm talking about developing the people. You want to have your people develop and become better employees. And it also is key to the development of the company. You want your company to be able to grow. And it's also seen as important, if not more important. It's seen as important as any of the other staff functions. So it's as important as accounting, as finance, marketing, etc. And remember, this is the difference between the term line versus staff. If somebody is a staff member, that means they provide vital functions to the company, but they usually do not have contact with the product or service or the customer. Somebody is considered a line employee because they have direct contact with the customer. So you are a student at UAEU, you are the customer. I'm considered a line employee because I have direct contact with you, okay? The people who work at human resources in the Crescent building at UAEU, they are considered staff because most all of you have very little contact with the human resources department of UAEU, right? That doesn't mean staff is any less important. So staff is very important because for me as an employee, I need to go to human resources for dealing with my health insurance, dealing with maintenance on my apartment, dealing with any travel issues I have. So HR plays a very, very important role, but it is considered staff and not line management. And that's a good place to stop the overview part one. We'll go on and explain, in the next video, I'll go on and explain where all the different functions, an overview of all the things that human resources does.